Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And we are all about Wealth Wednesday and having careers that we love. So Ed Stulak is in the house. He's a millennial real estate. You actually help realtors with their IG and their marketing. Is that what you do?
That is exactly what I do.
That's a brilliant niche. I love that.
Yeah, I just saw that there's a little bit of a gap between a real estate agent and the understanding of social media, which everyone has access to.
Like a huge gap?
Yes.
Like a huge gap. So I figured me as the millennial, I'll make myself a little cool, catchy tagline. So millennial realtor, and helping real estate agents and real estate professionals around the world with the importance of social media and personal branding.
That is a one thing.
It is.
Yeah, that's
definitely one thing.
Was it hard building that as a brand for yourself?
Oh, absolutely. It took
Yeah.
me 8 years to even
8
figure out
years,
what
yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I remember reading literally every book I could find on what I was going to do with my life and not really feeling like I had made any progress at all.
No, but you know what? Those were stepping stones.
Exactly.
Realizing, maybe that's not it. That's not it. All right, maybe that.
So how did you eventually discover that?
Yeah, so I worked with a few people to kind of figure out what it is that I'm actually strong at. And we see all these fancy quotes online, and one of my quotes that I made up, I swear, is if you're good at something, make that strength stronger. And so again, that's again my one thing is making my strength stronger. What am I strong at? I don't know. I suck at accounting. I suck at this. I suck at that. So I know what I suck at. What am I good at? So I said, oh, social media, personal branding, talking, social, okay, so let me focus on that. And that's what I did for the past 8 years until I realized, okay, now let me get into an industry where I can dress up because I love dressing up.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I love it. And so I saw real estate and I saw you can make money with it too. So I got into
bonus.
it. Yeah, that's a bonus. So I got into it and that's when I realized the gap. So I got into it for the wrong intentions to chase the money. But then I realized that I have a big poster in my home office that says impact over income. So I'm like, let me just make the impact first and the income will come.
So what is the impact you would like to make?
Impact, I really just need to put my foot into the real estate industry for them to realize, you know, here's my stamp. I am the branding, the personal branding guy, the social media guy to go to. And I want to evolve marketing and branding of real estate. It's so blanded and so conventional, and it's just like it needs a little more life.
So let's talk about that. Where do you see the marketing and branding going in real estate other than where it is now, which I don't even know where people, I guess they just go on Google and go, how do I find a house? And they start going on the regular
So there's a lot
MLS.
There's these real estate websites like Zillow, TrulyARealtor.com, whatever you have. However, when it comes to actually thinking of a real estate agent, don't you want to be the first realtor to be thought of? And there's a name called TOMA. It's a word called TOMA, top of mind association. When I talk about that so much, how do you become on top of mind when someone thinks, oh, I need to buy or sell real estate?
Especially for the generations like me who are looking for real estate, where we find our hairstylist or is on Instagram. So why not look on Instagram for a realtor?
Absolutely. Right? Social media right now is one of the biggest traffic absorbing places right now, platforms. I mean, there's so much traffic on Instagram alone. So that's why I focus on Instagram versus Twitter or Snapchat or MySpace,
TikTok.
Whatever there is, or TikTok. You know what? TikTok is going to be the best thing, and I'm already on that. I'm the only millennial realtor on there. Literally, I'm like this 25-year-old kid with these 15-year-old kids watching my stuff. But you know what? Those are my future buyers. Those are my future sellers. I need to relate to them, and that's where people go wrong. You need to understand what your consumers want, not what you want. And
so isn't TikTok about like you dance or you sing or something?
TikTok, you can just make videos.
So you can do it on real estate, or how would you do that then?
So there's a lot of trends going on. You know, for example, the bottle cap challenge, right?
Oh, yes.
So
What's that?
So the bottle cap challenge, where like you put a bottle or someone's holding a bottle and you have to like kick it off. The cap
Kick the
goes
cap
off.
off. Yeah, just loosely put on the top
that's
there.
easy.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Hey, Erin, do you accept that challenge?
Try it out.
No.
No, but so that's like a trend going on right now. So a lot of people are hopping on that trend and trying to do the same thing. So I did the same thing, you know, me in my suit. I just tried to kick it off, failed a few times, but you know what? I relate to people and people relate to me. And that's my indirect branding, because in that video, as much as it was trendy, as much as it was relevant to the trends today, in that video, indirectly, I said, hey, I'm a realtor. People didn't even see it. There was a house in the background, I was in my suit, and then in my caption, I just said, now that I have your attention, here's a house that I'm selling.
So now that you do have the attention of these millennials, what can they do to set themselves up that they can invest in real estate? What should we start doing now, today?
you got to start realizing what you want your future to look like. I mean, a lot of millennials think renting is the way to go, and they think it's the easiest way to go, depending on which market you're in. Of course, every industry and every market is a little different. So Los Angeles versus New Jersey, where I am, much different. Here, you buy a $400,000 house, you get lucky if
you tear it down.
You tear it down. Over there, you know, you're kind of living a little bit more of a luxury life with 400,000. You know, so that's the little difference. So I can't tell, you know, a millennial here, hey, buy a house. With what money? Over there, I say, go buy a house because it's the same as renting. It's if not better. You know, so you can own a house versus renting, which you're paying someone at the end of the day, paying their equity. You know, so a lot of millennials don't know that though, and that's the education that I want to bring. Like, yo, I'm a millennial, I get it, I understand.
And a lot of people can buy in another state and still rent here and rent that house out, and at least they're building some equity.
Absolutely, absolutely. You want to buy a house in Detroit? Just go sell your car.
It's true. I mean, there are beautiful homes for sale in Detroit, Michigan for $10,000, $20,000.
So that's how you do it. You buy a house over there and you rent here.
Yeah. And then you got to fly to Detroit at some point.
Yeah.
No, we love Detroit.
No, absolutely, but that's just the example. So
it's really great niche, though. I think it's interesting because we're talking about the one thing, and clearly your gut focus, and the more niche you get down, it's great.
Absolutely, you got to know what you want to do. You want to know what you're passionate at, what you're strong at, and once you realize it, just hone in on it and delegate everything else. I read one favorite book of mine, 4-Hour Workweek by
Great
Tim
book,
Ferriss.
amazing book.
That book has changed my life, my business, my whole perspective on everything.
It's been around forever too. He was like way ahead of his game.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
Big
Absolutely.
time. And everything that I was not good at, I delegated or I automated or whatever else, and whatever I was good at, I do myself.
So tell people where they can find and work with you.
Instagram. I'm always on Instagram at Ed Stulak, EDSTULAK.
Awesome.
So same thing across all platforms, social media platforms, Ed Stulak.
Great
The
work.
Millennial Realtor. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.